Hey there, and welcome back to another Turf Lab video. Today we're going to be talking about armyworms. So armyworms can destroy a lawn in just a few days. In this video, I'm going to show you how to identify the armyworms, both young and old, show you some of the damage that they can cause, specifically in my yard, and then I'm going to show you how I'm treating them. And I have two options today, so I can either use liquid bifenthrin or bifenthrin granules. And I'm going to also show you the rates that I use to knock them down quickly. So, come along and let's get rid of some armyworms. So unfortunately, I found a combination of both young and old armyworms in my lawn, and that is what led me to make this video. So hopefully you can learn from my mistake and get a treatment down before you have damage like I have. So identification, young and old. The picture I'm going to put on the screen, the younger ones are a little bit greener, whereas the older, the more caterpillar stage of an armyworm is going to be more of a dark black coloring. And of course, they are most active in the evening and after it rains. So for me specifically, I've gotten lots of rain in Northwest Arkansas. So for me, I saw them crawling up on my back patio. And by the time I saw them, I already knew it was too late. So for me, the damage, as I'll put on the screen here, for me, it looked like it was just drought stress. I had just got done aerating, overseeding, and putting down some starter fertilizer. I also did a tenacity treatment, but I just noticed that I had one spot that just was not doing anything. And then over time, I realized that it was growing, right? So my own negligence. I should have got down in the grass and checked it out earlier, but I was trying to stay off of the grass because I had just overseeded. So I kind of had a culmination of factors where it was keeping me from going into the grass like I normally do. But then we got a lot of rain, so I started noticing them crawl up on the patio. I went ahead and needed to get a treatment down right away just to make sure that they didn't keep damaging my lawn. Because I still have a couple weeks where I can still actually overseed again or reseed some of these areas and still get some great growth before it gets too cold, or at least I get my first frost. All right, so the most important thing, what are we going to do for control? So I have the armyworms in my lawn. How do I kill them and stop them from eating everything? So I have two options. So I have a bag of granules here. They're the bifenthrin, and they are the 0.2% granules of bifenthrin. And so this particular one goes down at a rate of about 1.2 pounds per 1,000 square feet. And of course, when you do throw this down, you want to water it in lightly so that it does go right into your thatch layer, because that's where these armyworms love to live, and we want them to die right away. So just a little bit of watering after you get this in, again, at 1.2 pounds per 1,000 square feet. And then, of course, our other option, and my favorite and always my go-to, is the Talic 7.9%. And this is just the fancy version of a bifenthrin liquid. There's tons of different variations on Amazon. This one in particular, I just like. It always works really well for me. And so this one, you want to do about 0.25 of an ounce up to half an ounce. So about 15 mLs per 1,000 square feet. And then just go ahead and do, a entire spray of your lawn. And then again, just a light watering when you're done. And that should get it right into the thatch layer and start killing our armyworms right away. So after we've made our application for our treatment, whether we went with granules or we went with liquid, we just want to recheck our lawn, usually after about 5 to 7 days. The way bifenthrin works, it should be working right away on contact with these armyworms. So if we're still seeing activity after 5 days, then something went wrong with our application, right? And then we'd probably want to reapply. But as long as you apply these things correctly and make sure you just give them a light water, they should be dead after 5 days. All right, so that's armyworms. We talked about how to identify them. We talked about the damage that they can cause. And then, of course, more importantly, we talked about the treatments and how to get rid of them. So if you found this content useful, please hit that like and subscribe button. And please comment down below if you have any questions. And thanks for checking out another Turf Lad video.